from Portland, Maine, and welcome to vlog 17. I was just notified that we're apparently gonna eat acorns, so I'm gonna go see what that's about.
So Josh and I were doing some research and we collected some acorns because you can actually eat them, but you have to let them soak. So we will be eating acorns later, but we are actually heading to the beach now to go see where Aunt Becky is going to be living. We're at Portland Head Lighthouse and there are a lot of abandoned forts here, and we're just playing with the rocks. I was doing some rock stacking and I was trying to skip rocks in the water, but yeah, now we're gonna go probably draw our names in the sand and then go somewhere else.
I only accept the yellow, orange, and purple ones.
I want that yellow!
Bring it over. My assistant.
So the yellow house that you see is called the Billow House. It was made in 1881, and it's actually where my aunt is going to be spending the winter. A few years ago, her husband passed away, so she's been, in the process of grieving, but she's going to spend the winter here. She's super excited about it because you don't really get to spend winter on the beach. So I think seeing the snowstorms here is going to be amazing, and just getting some really time to reflect and just contemplate life is going to be really good for her. So that's where Aunt Becky is going to be this winter.
That's crazy. It's just on the coast?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's like the size of your face.
Clean shells that big.
Wow. We have now made it back to the Hamby house and they've ordered some pizza for tonight. And then also we found this huge clam that just washed up on the shoreline and we're gonna try steaming it and maybe having it as an appetizer.
Alright, so Moxie is the official soda drink of Maine, and apparently it tastes similar to a Coke and a Dr. Pepper, and I'm gonna try it. That's spot on. It's exactly like a Coke and a Dr. Pepper. It's really good. Yeah. So last night was our last night at my cousin's house, so we are leaving the Hambys today. We're gonna say goodbye in like just a few minutes, and we're gonna hit the road and head to Vermont. We just made it to Vermont, and we are now as far north as we have ever been on a road trip, going more and more north every second I'm speaking, and we're actually 60 miles away from the Canada border, which is pretty interesting.
We have made it to Willoughby National Forest and we are having dinner. Tonight we are having white rice, seaweed, and pulled chicken. Yesterday was a huge traveling day, so we didn't get to film much, but today we are in Willoughby National Forest and we've got a lot to do. Today's hike of choice is Mount Pisgah. It should be 4.1 miles and it'll probably take us a couple hours to reach the top, but very excited for it. fabulous mountain behind me is Mount Pisgah, and that is actually the mountain that we just climbed, and I just think that is wild because it is huge.
And now you're gonna go put your feet in.
And yes, I'm gonna go dip my feet in the lake. And this is Lake Willoughby, by the way.
This water's really cold, but it also feels amazing. Okay, so we've been asked what equipment we use to make these videos, so I thought we'd take a moment and just show you guys what we use. First off, we have two MacBook Pro 15-inch 2015. Mine has 500 gigabytes of storage. Claire's has 256 gigabytes. We got these back in college. Actually, I got mine in high school because I was really into video editing. Claire got hers freshman year of college. So the next thing is our tripod. It is a Benro Aero 2 travel tripod. I got this also back in high school because I was really into video editing, and it was, what I liked about it is it had a handle, but actually that broke off. But it's been a really good sturdy tripod that I've been using for years. It is a little heavy, so we'll have to possibly rethink it if we were to travel not in the van, but for the van it's perfect. Another thing that we sometimes use for video is our phones. So Claire has an iPhone 7. I have an iPhone 6S Plus. We use these for our Instagram stories, as well as just taking photos that sometimes get included in the vlogs, as well as video that gets included in the vlogs. Oh, and as for our data plan, Claire has 4 gigabytes of data, and I have, I believe, 22. I have Verizon, Claire has T-Mobile, and so her service is different than mine. Sometimes she will have service that when I don't, and then other times, most of the time I have service, and I'm able to give a hotspot to Claire since her data plan is smaller. So the other piece of equipment is another lens for this camera. It is a Sony 55mm f1.8 Zeiss lens. It's a super sharp lens. We use this a lot for photography as well as getting more up-close shots with a nice blurry background. We really like this lens. We just sometimes can't get it on as much, but it's also a lot smaller, so we love it. We also have a polarizer on the lens. It's from Gobe, I believe, G-O-B-E, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. That's just a second tier polarizer. It helps with the reflections on the water, makes things look nice and bright in the skies and certain things, but we like that as well. So we've already talked about the drone, but we have a DJI Mavic Mini. We really love this. It comes with a small case and it's really easy to take around. Shoots in 1080, 2.7K if you want it. We don't really use that, and it's just super light and portable. Alright, we're now going to show you the camera that we use as well as the microphone, so it's going to get a little bit different. We're going to film with something else. So we've now switched to the iPhone, so it might be a little bit different. Anyways, we have a Sony a7 III, as well as for our lens that we normally shoot with, it's a wide angle lens. It's a Tamron 17-28 f2.8, and then the Rode Studio Mic Pro microphone. I bought this back in high school, which we love as well. It helps get audio when it's, whatever it's pointing at is what audio it will get. So that's a shotgun mic. We love that. And then it's a little camera base plate that goes on the tripod and it just snaps in really quick. But yeah, that's our camera.
Enough about technology now. We're gonna make some dinner and then pack up for the night. We're heading to Burlington tomorrow.
So Claire and I ate dinner. We got the bed already. We were watching a movie and we realized it's only 7:40 right now. So I think we're still just gonna go to bed because it's super dark out. And we're gonna wake up early and hopefully go on a hike before we head to Burlington, Vermont. So with that, I'm gonna say good night and we will see you in the morning.
Last night we got 12 hours of very good sleep, and then we got to wake up to the yellow woodlands again. And so before we leave Willoughby National Forest, we're going to do a quick hike and then we'll road trip over to Burlington.
So the road that we are hiking on today and that we camped on last night is actually a CCC road. So it was made in the 1930s with President Roosevelt. Whenever they needed to get the economy going again, they hired a bunch of people to make these roads all across the US, and this is one of them. So it's pretty cool.
monkey crossing. Da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da.
They look like little vultures.
Ooh. Before making it to Burlington, we made a special little stop at the Ben & Jerry's Ice Cream Factory. So yes, Ben & Jerry's was started in Vermont, and currently the tours are actually closed due to COVID, but we can still see their flavor graveyard as well as get a scoop for me and Chad to share.
So we just got our scoops of ice cream from Ben & Jerry's, and we got sweet cream and cookies and Justice Remix. Those are the two flavors we're trying. And it was a little bit over $5, which we think is kind of expensive, but I remember Ben & Jerry's is more expensive, and it seems like it's gonna be pretty good. Alright, we have officially made it to the thing I've been looking forward to the most in Vermont, and it is the world's largest filing cabinet. So let's check it out. Two cows and a calf. Alright, so we made it to Burlington after seeing the world's largest filing cabinet. We are now parked for the night. It actually started to hail just a few minutes ago, so we're going to take shelter in our van tonight, make some clam chowder, and then tomorrow, in the next vlog, we're going to be walking to the coast and exploring Burlington a little bit more. So if you do want to follow along, definitely like and subscribe. And until then, we will see you in the next video.